Alright, hello everybody. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. Instead of doing a live commentary of us playing around in Destiny, I'm going to do a sort of a commentary on a clip show of us playing Trials of Osiris. It was one of the requirements for the Solstice armor, and it was also a requirement for the Moments of Triumph seal. So it was basically inevitable for when we would have to like play this. So I figured when we actually sat down to do it, I'd record a few moments of note, so to speak. And that's what we have here. My loadout for this, pretty standard, I think, for any PvP situation. Devour, Nova Bomb, plus Blink to be a little bit more, like, unpredictable as far as movement is concerned. I also have the Forward Path Auto Rifle, and the Python for my primary and secondary. Python not the best for PvP, as you'll see a couple times, where it doesn't really guarantee a kill at a bit farther ranges, but I just had it on because, well, it was in my inventory, and it was on level, so I figured I might as well try it. I also have a fixed odds machine gun, I believe, in these clips, but I don't really get a chance to use it. As you can see there, Ian just got a very nice snipe, and, well, he more or less is acting as our sort of, like, team lead in this, just sort of doing call-outs, so to speak, and just generally trying to keep us organized, Thomas and I. You'll also hear Finn's voice in the audio track. That's because he was just hanging out. There I kind of broke off to deal with that guy, because I noticed him sneaking out, and right there, you see, I just managed to clean up the last guy there with a melee hit. Nothing too special. Now there's going to be a few moments where you notice that the other guys are talking to me, but I'm not really responding. That's because my mic setup doesn't really favor shadow play, so.
They're gonna come around.
Right here, I'm more or less just kind of staying behind this I don't know what to call that, this wall and plaza, just to try and like sort of catch people from going over. Not the best strat because it leaves me open with a sight line from the courtyard, but nothing really comes about it. So here I notice death marker. I'm going in to try and clean up this guy. I managed to do it. Going for the res. Now something actually interesting happens here. I res Ian. He takes a bullet for me and actually allows me to kill the other guy. So that was lucky. And of course I finished the round with a solo Nova Bomb. I don't really like doing it, but you know, sometimes I have to guarantee a win.
Exactly, like that saved your life because he would have shotgunned you.
Here we're in on a beginning round here, just kind of getting right out the gate, not much going on.
If you let it get close. Also that freaking mountaintop. Oh god, I'm gonna die.
Now here this is why spacing is important. We just kind of got taken out by an arc bolt, or at least I did, and that more or less these guys are playing really aggressively, and that sort of causes us to fall apart a little. Mainly because Thomas isn't really used to playing PvP. I myself am not really good at competitive sort of circumstances. We do want to try and play more trials, like just on the just casually. Here, I mainly go out this far to try and see where they're heading on radar. And of course, like as the other guys pointed out, that's for spacing, it's not going to be great. And there you see I planted a lovely shot into the wall there. That thing is dead. That thing is for sure dead. And here we see the Destiny physics engine at its best. Guy goes for a melee, gets shot in the face, and then goes sailing past Thomas, leaving him utterly confused.
What did I do? We won?
We won the round. Yeah,
His reaction there was really nice, so I felt it was worth it to record.
Just let them come to us because they're freaking hunters. This guy is so bad.
And here, just I lose a bit of an exchange in the plaza. You know, Thomas is going to come up, do a little bit of a barricade to try and res me. Doesn't quite work out because they keep pressure on him with a pulse grenade. At least I think that's a pulse grenade. I don't know callouts. Next, I'm more or less just kind of sitting dead for a little while. I switched to Thomas's perspective. He doesn't get the res off, but he does manage to kill the other guy, so it's more or less a trade, but unfortunately, because both of us dead, Ian couldn't handle it, and he is dead as well.
Don't taunt, you dumbass hunter.
Right there, Thomas gets a little bit too upset at a guy taunting, and I try to rein him in a little bit and try not to make it so he's... I try to get him to not be too upset about it.
Tranquility, alright? Makes me tranquil. Makes me calm.
Here I do manage to clean up this guy. Now, here's a very bad thing.
Yeah, don't let
Yep, I peeked out right when there was a sniper. I knew they were sniping, but I more or less just peeked out regardless. So, bad decisions on my part. I don't know how the hell I managed to survive this part. My guess is that he reloaded at the right time, plus the overshield really helped me. Now here we see me exploiting Blink's property of getting really close and grabbing him by the belt buckle. That secures at least one kill on that one, and I'm sure I got the other guy turned around looking at me, so the other guys could clean it up. I have to say, the forward path is a pretty nice auto rifle. If you didn't get a chance to get it during Iron Banner the 1 week, you kind of missed out, but I'm sure it'll be on rotation for the next Iron Banner, so if you get a chance to get it, go for it. Here, Ian actually had a lot of connection issues, and it led to me and Thomas having to essentially run duos against threes. These for a couple rounds in Iron Banner. It goes exactly how it goes. We don't really get that far, and in fact, I think this run here is where we do the best, and we actually end up winning to spoil the outcome of this. But yeah, unfortunately, Ian's connection continues to be a problem for some of the later clips, and once that started happening, we eventually, gave up because no one wants to play with a bad connection. So I was more or less just trying to keep our distance, trying to pepper the other guys. Unfortunately, I die there, but luckily Thomas gets his super and he's able to clean up these guys pretty easily. Here he's trying to res me, good strat to keep us at numbers, and then he goes in for the final kill. There we go, that's one round, and then following up we have the final round of trials, and honestly, I don't recommend running trials with just 2 people.
If we win the sun, oh my god.
Here, I'm gonna stop screaming and maybe my internet.
Here on this clip, I've got my Nova Bomb banked because I like to use it as a shutdown super primarily, and sometimes I'll use it to try if they're in a pretty big... Sometimes I'll use it when they're close to dub, but that opportunity never really comes. So as usual, Thomas and I are trying to keep our distance. I kind of do something stupid here for the next couple seconds, and it's more or less I try to bait them into wasting their ammo. This kind of strategy is very high risk, high reward. The high reward being they can't really, one-shot you with a sniper rifle. But unfortunately, you'll notice that the guy on the enemy team has a bow, and that kind of puts a kink in my system here. In any other circumstances, I wouldn't really recommend trying this, but I've sort of given up on actually winning this round, so I'm more or less just doing it to try and end it faster. Not the best attitude, but it doesn't end up costing us too much in the long run. Now Thomas is kind of on the other side, and I'm kind of telling him to try and get them in a crossfire so we can sort of divert their attention, so not them all shoot down a hallway. Thomas gets the other guy, he actually calls in a Nova Bomb. I oblige because I panic. We didn't really need it there because Thomas was coming in to do the cleanup and the guy was low enough, but, better safe than sorry, I feel.
I'm sorry, what?
Okay. We should use some brains.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
The thing I'm about to use. I am going to have a shotgun.
Shotguns are pretty good. I missed an easy kill because I'm bad.
Here's a classic case of overextension. I've got enemies on either side of me, both in front and to my left, and I basically caused Thomas to die there trying to res me. Ian gets melee killed, and this round is my fault. I should not have extended that far, especially with them breaking off and trying to come at us from multiple directions. That just was not a smart play.
That's good. It feels like today's been going long because I was actually on,
Right there, right there.
He's so bad that a man just walked straight past Zen and is running like an wall.
Got him.
I'm alive still, right?
Find me, find my corpse.
And here comes up again Ian's connection issue. Not the best, and we get to see a lovely little rendition of his guardian just humping a keg.
No, no, no.
So yeah, we end up having to do another round of duos basically because of that.
Icky, icky.
We didn't win the round, but you know, we weren't expected to win anyway, so we just kind of did our dues and then we came back and loaded into a new game. This was actually a clip that I uploaded earlier before the before I had actually finished editing together this entire clip compilation, and it showcases, I feel, the best I will ever do in competitive circumstances like trials.
They got babysat by the same person who made them sticky goodies. Look at this guy. So, a last word. Revoker summon.
Oh, I should be using my summoner. Damn, I got the gun for a freaking reason.
So right off the gate I get rolling out and I'm just being aggressive as I tend to do with Blink and a shotgun. I start to do my habit of going to check out the far left lane on the outside of Plaza, but then I notice Ian gets sniped, so then I essentially switch and go to the far right lane on the inside. Managed to get this guy, which is pretty nice. I notice this guy on radar, I go out to courtyard, get him twice with a shotty. Had that been anything other than Python, I feel I would have killed him in one shot. And there we go. I managed to clean up this guy by doing a little like left-right dance and trying to zone in my auto rifle on him. That is the best I will ever do in trials, and as far as I'm concerned, I peaked.
This guy.
A lot of people using Thorn in this, and you know, more power to them.
Liar.
Oh,
Yeah. This guy's.
that dang kid.
Thomas's comment here is regarding what I said based on the Braytech Osprey, which is a gun that I've been trying to get for a very long time. I'll be honest, I still don't have it. Here, this is just a very nice rollout. Thomas and Ian go down center lane, where courtyard is. I come out the far on the edge of Plaza, and I just sort of clean up this guy trying to go for a res. A very nice rollout and a very easy round to win.
Bro, I need 2 more wins. I need like, well, I need 5 more wins, but I need 2 more for the thing to come on.
I need 6 more wins, Lamau.
No, I can go again.
Checking outside, I spot the guy going invis, so I try to meet his gaze. I do, and I manage to get the kill. See a grenade in, I jump forward.
I'm dead.
And here, this is actually a very nice touch.
The
I saw that it lined up so perfectly that you hit them both.
Here, this is kind of in the last couple rounds of us playing trials, and you can see I switched my loadout to the Blasphemer and the Polaris Lance. A pretty nice scout rifle, I think, but once again, it was on my inventory, and I don't know. I don't personally like scout rifles.
Half.
Come on, game. Piss off, really?
One dead. It goes in. Nice. Don't push too hard. Make sure you keep the orb. Got it.
Okay.
Okay, keep that up. We're gonna get supers this round. I think. At least I'm late. I'm 75% to a super. Do not jump on top. Let's go outside. Stick together.
There's been quite a few moments where we've been killed up top, so that's why we make it a point not to do that.
It's up top. Do not peek. They're gonna.
I'm out.
Good. To the right. Oh, by heavy. He's hiding behind it. Again, left. He's aiming. They're gonna get that red soon.
Yeah, we're gonna get you.
Alright, so here was a case where I just
Push up.
was
Res yet? They got
surprisingly accurate here, I'll be honest. Like, I couldn't see anything because of that smoke grenade, so I just aimed my rifle and hoped to God that I actually hit something, and it worked out.
You can
Alright, so here we have the last clip of the day and pretty much the last round of trials that we actually did. All in all, it was a fun experience, and I feel we'll improve with actually playing it more often. Thanks for watching, everybody. There will be a version of this compilation without my VO and without music, just so you can get a better idea of what was going on without me talking over everything. That will come out very soon. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Because, dude, they get golf balls. When you get flawless, you get a chance at a golf ball. And PvP only players don't get golf balls from night balls. Golf ball being an ascendant shard, if you didn't catch that. Okay, these guys are better, so let's not like. I'm like freaking dead.
One more game, he said. It would be fine, he said. Matches with flawless player.
I mean, half the people we play have been flawless.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get waffle stomped, but.
Guardian down.
Where the fuck is this guy at?
One ally is left. It is in their